Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I'm Ashley Sledge,
And I'm Ken Sledge.
and we are defending horror.
And today we are joined by somebody that has been on the channel a couple different times. One of the people that really influenced Ashley and I, and a great friend of ours. We had the amazing horror miser Monty G. Horror, how you doing?
Pretty good, everyone. Thanks.
It is an honor to have you back on the channel, man. So for
Mhm.
those of you that haven't seen Monty G on our channel before, we do have all his social media links and his YouTube links down in the description. So you can follow him on social media and subscribe to him on YouTube. But for the people that haven't seen you, Monty, can you tell the people a little bit about what you do over at the channel?
Yeah, basically what I do is I review horror movies. I also do trailer reaction videos. Of course, obviously we have to beware of the miser. We never know when he's going to show up, especially now with the 31 Days of Horror coming soon. So we're definitely
Mhm.
going to might see him appear right before the start of that. Yeah, and also I have my live streams. Just actually had a live stream with the horror hangout crew last night. I had a great horror stream about physical media. Phil's creepy video, he joined us. We had a great time, and of course, Night and the Deadly Venoms as well. We were
Yeah.
part of that one, so I'm all over YouTube.
Yeah, and we love to watch you. So you, like I
Mhm.
said, you've been somebody that's been a very good friend of ours for a very long time and somebody we've worked with quite often. And it just really is a pleasure to have you back on this segment because this is a movie that Ashley and I are very, very excited about. So
So, Monty, do you want to tell everyone what movie we are defending today?
We're defending the French film called High Taught. That's how they say it in French, but we say it High Tension.
Uh-huh.
also known as Switchblade Romance.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes.
This is a movie that it's kind of torn because the tomato meter, we always talk about the tomato meter. The tomato meter on this is 41%, and the audience score is 66.
Which I think might be the highest audience score
I
we've
think
had.
this is the highest score we've had so far on a film. And before we get started, when you watch this film, do you watch the high taught version subtitled, or do you watch the high tension dub over version?
No, I actually seen both. I've seen
Okay.
I've seen the actual French version and I've seen the dub version, and they're both pretty good. They don't. I'm glad one thing they did as far as the dub version, they didn't cut out the violence.
No,
Right.
they absolutely did not do that.
No, not at all. And I'm here for it.
Right. So before we actually start interviewing Monty, do you want to tell people about the major criticisms we read about on Rotten Tomatoes about the film?
Yeah, so some of the major criticisms I seen was the dubbing is bad. The end twist is badly done and it's not very believable. It seems like the first two acts were written and directed by one person, and then the third act was directed by someone else. It's been done before, but better. The villain pursuing young victims, and then it just feels mediocre. Too graphic, which I think is not true. Like, come on, you prudes. And then some of them said that it's just boring because the main character is hiding from the villain in obvious places, and it really doesn't go anywhere.
Now, I do want to say that we are going to try very hard not to spoil this film. Whenever we defend a film, we really do try not to spoil the ending of the film. So if your whole thing about hating a movie is because of what the twist did, I think you're really losing sight on what the movie was trying to do.
Yes.
So you've heard some of the major criticisms, Monty, and why people don't like this film. But why does this film mean so much to you, my friend?
I think mainly because, and not trying to spoil the film, when that twist is revealed, it's something that we have to understand. And I think this is what the writer was trying to go to, as we never seen this particular person do this much ultra violence
Yeah.
over another person. And that's the best way I could describe it without spoiling anything. And I think that's where a lot of people got mad at, because when it happens, it's like, what? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's, I guess to me, I guess they were expecting more. And then when that happened, some people, I guess it was a letdown. For me, it wasn't a letdown at all, because when you watch the film in the beginning part of the film and
Yeah.
you see the interactions, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense to me. So I wasn't disappointed in the twist.
Yeah.
See, and me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the twist in this film, but I'm not going to let the last 8 minutes of this film spoil what was
Yeah.
an amazing hour and 20-minute ride before that.
Mhm.
some movies are, they get make or break details because of the ending of the film, but what we always say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
Right.
It may not have the best ending in the world, but the movie is so phenomenal. And like you said, they do not pull any punches.
It's just brutal. And I love the brutality that you get. But like, I honestly, even though the twist on a second watching, like I understood it more.
Mhm.
Like I went back and I like seen these little things that I missed watching it the first time. I'm like, okay, I guess it does make a little more sense on, second watching.
This is definitely a movie I feel like does get better on a second watch.
Yeah.
When you can go back and pinpoint certain moments, you're like, oh, okay, now I see what they were doing there.
Yeah.
It's like when I would watch M. Shyamalan's The Visit, and then subtle hints are thrown, but at first they don't make sense. But then when the twist hits, and then when you go back and see those subtle hints, like, ooh, now that makes sense. And the second time, oh, now it really makes sense. And I think that's what I liked about High Tension. And of course, with The Visit, it's like, wow, to me, that's good writing.
Yeah, for sure.
And The Visit went above and beyond that to me, because that's a twist I really did not see coming.
No, which it with The Visit, I feel like it like after seeing it the first time, like it's not as effective.
I agree. I think that these are flip-flopped.
Yes.
Like I like the twist of The Visit more than I like the twist in High Tension. As a rewatchable film, I would say High Tension over The Visit.
Yes, absolutely.
Because once you've seen the twist of The Visit,
it just there's nothing there.
It doesn't have the same pull, but but with High Tension, it's just that ultra violence still gets you.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Can you think of any favorite moments in the film that you really enjoyed?
One of the favorite moments, I think, is in the beginning of the film, where we see the two characters, Marie and Al. I think, is it pronounced Alexa or Alex? I think in the American version they call her Alex, but
I think they call her Alex.
In the American version, it's Alex.
Alex, but I think in the French they call her Alexa.
Okay.
When we see them first and we see them interacting, and I think that's a great way to get character build up between the two. We can see that their friendship, we see that they're going to her parents' house, and I think that's a great way to introduce the characters. That's one of my favorite moments of the film.
Well, and like you said, you have to feel, especially in a movie like this, you have to be able to feel for your characters and have empathy for your characters, because in a film that's like this with such a small cast, if you don't feel for anybody, you're not going to care about the film at all.
Right.
So to build the fact that these two are so in love in a friendship, and when I say in love, it doesn't have to mean romantic, but when you see that these two characters are so in love with each other and like just best of friends, like that's what I think makes it so special too.
Yeah. And it's called High Tension, but there's a lot of high tension in this movie. And if you didn't care about your characters, the tension would be gone.
Right.
Yes.
So a movie like this, especially, character development is extremely important.
Absolutely.
So as horror fans, Monty, we love the kills, something that we're always attracted to. And this film definitely has some graphic ones.
Yes.
But what would you say your favorite kill from High Tension is?
Favorite kill is the downstairs scene when the villain attacks the family in the that particular part, and a certain object is pushed over somebody's. Ashley knows what I'm talking about already. Because I don't want to spoil it, because it's one of the very graphic types of kills I've seen. I'm like, whoa, and they don't cut away from it at all.
No, they just let that family have it, and especially that family member.
Yeah, the stepdaddy.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
The dad. Yeah.
The dad. Yeah. No thanks.
Can you think of any quotes or one-liners from this movie that kind of stuck with you?
One of my favorite quotes is,
which is so it's creepy, when you get the twist.
Yeah, I won't let anyone come between us anymore, and it's kind of that. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's happening? So this is the movie. Like I said, if you go into this movie with huge expectations about a twist ending, in my opinion, you're probably going to be disappointed. But if you want to go into this movie, and here's the thing: like usually with a twist like this, you can go back through and poke holes in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, well, this couldn't have happened because of this, or that couldn't have happened because of this. High Tension does a very good job of covering their tracks.
They do.
So if you go into this movie and you're looking to have a good time, a bloody, gory good time, you're not going to be let down by this film. So I know we keep trying to dodge the twist, but I feel like if you know the twist, it's going to ruin the first viewing for you if you haven't seen it. So that's why we're being so dodgy about the twist, because it really is one of those gut punches where this is a movie you should very much go into unspoiled for the very first time you see it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you seen this for the first time, Monty, did you go in unspoiled, or did somebody had already spoil it for you?
No, I went in unspoiled. In unspoiled, which was good.
Yeah.
I always tell everyone, I said, please do not spoil this film. You know, people will come up to me and says, because I think one of the worst things that happened to me was that people spoiled Ghost. People spoiled Ghost for me, and I was like, and I still enjoyed the film, but I hate the fact that they ruined the twist of the film.
A lot of things like that.
That's the worst.
Like The Sixth Sense was ruined for me.
Oh man, darn.
Yeah,
that's a hard one.
Yeah, I said, like that was a rough one for me. So we know that no movie is perfect. We want to defend these films because we want you guys to go back and rewatch them in a new light and maybe see some things that you didn't see before, or pay attention to things you didn't notice before, or maybe just gain a new admiration or respect for the film in general. But there is no perfect film. So what would you say if you had to give a couple criticisms of the film, Monty? What would your criticisms be?
I guess I would say the masturbation scene. Yeah, that well, even though it really doesn't give away anything, I think if they have not done that scene and how it's filmed, I think it would have made the twist even better. But because of that scene and why she was doing it, kind of ruined the twist a little bit.
See, and I always feel like that scene was put in for just shock value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they just wanted to, is that what oh my God, is she really, like that to me is what that scene was for. It doesn't have anything really to do with increasing the plot or anything like that.
Right.
So I can agree with that. I think that's a moment where you're just like, are we really doing this right now?
Yeah. This is kind of unnecessary. Yeah, I can see that. So would you say this is your favorite foreign film?
Trying to think. Because I really don't see that many favorite foreign films, but no, it would have to still be Raw.
Yeah. Okay.
You are into those French extremity films, my friend.
They know how to scare you and, get the tension high. That's for sure.
I know, and they have no qualms about as far as the nudity, graphics, nothing. They go there.
They definitely know how to scare you and gross you out at the same time. Like everybody knows Ashley is more of the gore horror in our relationship, and I'm more of the lovey-dovey one. So we're watching movies like this, and I'm the one that's like,
I put my hand over your eye.
I ain't reaching in that popcorn bucket again. So this is a movie, like I said, we had a lot of fun with this movie.
Yeah.
When you said this was going to be your pick, we were very excited to go back and dip into it and give it a revisit so we could kind of talk about this movie again, because it's a movie that we both are big fans of. But as always, we are going to rank this movie on a skull count. But instead of doing it on 5, like we do on My First Horror Movie, there's two hosts. So we're going to rank this movie out of 10 skulls, Monty. So if you had to rank High Tension, High Taut, 0 to 10 skulls, what would your ranking of High Tension be?
I give it 8 bloody skulls.
Okay.
That's a very fair ranking because this is a movie that, like I said, guys, if you have not seen this movie, it's a movie you should go into blind.
Yes.
You're gonna be ramped up. Like it's brutal.
It's brutal. Your anxiety's going the entire time. Yes.
Lots of chase scenes in cars, especially, that really get your blood pumping. So I'm a big fan. So I really think that you guys should go back and revisit this film.
Yeah. So Monty, say that you have 30 seconds to defend this film to somebody. What would you tell them to rewatch it or watch it for the first time?
I would simply tell them, I say, sit back, relax. You're going to see a decent foreign horror film that is very violent, very bloody. They don't hold back, and expect for a very good, exciting twist, which I believe that you'll enjoy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. Like, again, what the twist was not for me. I was not a fan of it, but I still can see why people would enjoy this. I see why people would like the twist. And even though, like I said, me personally, the twist isn't for me. It's still a good twist to the movie. I didn't see that part. I didn't see it coming.
No, neither did I.
Whether I agree with it or not, I think it's a great twist itself because I didn't expect that. You know, I didn't go into this movie expecting anything like that. I went into this movie expecting
just another slasher,
a typical violent, brutal slasher. And when you get the reveal, you're like, wow. And I immediately wanted to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
After getting that, you know, the twist reveal, I was like, I need to go back and revisit this whole movie again because I know that there's stuff I missed that could have clued me in as to what was happening.
Yeah.
And it really, really did.
For sure.
So now we talked about High Tension, and this movie is so much fun, guys. Monty, before we let you go, can you tell people about anything you have coming up here in the next couple of weeks that people can be ready to see?
Okay, so I have trailer reactions that are already up for Pet Cemetery Bloodlines and Totally Killer, you know, Back to the Future meets Scream. And starting this week, I'll be going over all of the Exorcist films, getting ready for Exorcist Believer.
You skip too, huh?
I'm also right now in the trying to get ready to watch another horror movie called Birth Rebirth, so I'll have that trailer reaction up pretty soon. So, and of course, getting ready for the 31 Days of Horror for Halloween.
Yeah. Can't wait, man. So
exciting.
Like we said at the top, if you haven't already, please make sure you're checking out Horror Miser Monty G. We have all his social media links and his YouTube link in the description, so that way you guys can follow along with him. Let us know in the comments, guys. What do you think of High Tension? Were you a fan of the twist? If you haven't seen this movie, please check the movie out. Come back and comment. Let us know. What are your thoughts on High Tension? So if you haven't also already, please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. All our links are in the description as well. Monty, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everybody else, as always, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
Stay safe out there, guys.